Adventure Ho! Find out the lost scouting patrol. Needs to be located first. Guess they're in the Duragar ruin. No, I would guess they're in the with the Illithid. Illithids wouldn't give two shits about some orcs. Yes, that makes the most sense to me.
Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
Yeah, let's test these guys out.
Attack!
They have plus 25 to hit. Very respectable attack values. 30 hits, which isn't critically hard because we only need to throw up 4 to get a hit. So against the Duergar we either do two things: we focus with a group on attacking, or I act as bait again. I can act as bait, but I'm not sure if I want to. It saves time if I don't have to.
Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
Workers and fighters.
Come
Alpha. There's two types of fighters. I think a sonic weapon and some kind of a negative energy weapon. I could very well die here if I don't get control of my character.
Taste my steel!
I don't want to waste a full heal here. Yeah, I pretty much have to maintain improved expertise, but I'm not sure if that's too bad of a thing, because it still would mean I should get hits. I'm a much better fighter at this point than I was when I earlier relied on this constantly.
Attack! My steel! Yeah! Yeah!
Right. It more or less perfectly. I'm the decoy, they do the killing.
Hold this spot! Don't leave it! Attack! Taste my steel! Feel the... Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
I'm trying to lure these guys. It seems like, ooh, that's not a dead end, that's access to the inner ruins. Hmm.
Attack! Get in step. Follow me. Attack!
I'm not sure if we should go to these ruins now. At the same time, I'm already killing and cleansing this place, so why the fuck shouldn't I be going? Already done the heavy lifting.
Hold this spot. Don't leave it. Attack! You're going down!
Yeah, of course I am. Tell me more about how I'm going down. Only one fighter left. Nothing particularly useful. Ocean clarity.
Hold this spot. Don't leave.
Blackguard ruins level 1.
Attack!
I think we have to be somewhat careful here because other orcs absolutely slaughter these type of opponents.
Hold this spot.
They're
Don't
not
leave it.
invulnerable. They get their ass handed to them too fairly quickly.
Attack!
So these fights will go one way only. One side is basically going to quickly overwhelm the other. There can be no other end result really. I suppose some kind of midway would be that we're going to be exchanging casualties with certain type of opponents, but that would be a very tough fight, and that's something I would like to avoid. These are by far the best fighters I've had so far in playing with me as henchmen, so I don't want to waste them. And they don't act like normal henchmen, so I don't know if there are special rules concerning them in case of losses. Also, they're group leaders, so... What the fuck is this?
Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
A freshly dug hole, just wide enough for a humanoid to fit through. I have a priest here.
Attack!
No, no, no.
Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
Defenders are special. I think they're dwarven defenders, more or less. I think they're also hasted.
Attack!
They're sturdy as shit. Well, because they're dwarven defenders. That's why.
Bring it here! Try me! Bring it here! Try me! Soleno Salatka!
Let me taunt you. He's trying to heal, but why can't I target you with this?
Bring it here! Try me! Taste my...
Let's see if I can knock him down. Critical hit knockdown, yeah, he's not gonna survive this. Miscellaneous Mall. Broken key. To their book. So what were they doing here? Probably need to jump into the hole if we want to get something out of this. Can't understand what's written on this pillar. Use it to read it. Book has nothing really interesting. Some parts relate the story of the Duergar ruin, which is, according to the book, an old Duergar temple. It had been desecrated by Svirfneblins long before Blingdenstone was abandoned. Many Duergars were subsequently cursed and are forever doomed to stay here. There is another passage that attracts your attention. It says that there is an altar inside the ruin called the Altar of Madmer Hammer, and beside this altar is an anvil of great power. It also mentions that Madmer Hammer was a smith and a powerful priest that could call upon the powers of his god to help him in his work. All he needed was a weapon, a magical substance called Essence of Mithril, and the fire from the eternal Duergar fire. By praying his god, he would give great power to a weapon. Darkness. Did you say the altar of Madmer Hammer is near? What do you know about it? If indeed the altar of Madmer Hammer is close, we must find it. By Talos, this altar has magical forces only surpassed by Talos himself. It could build weapons of great power or give more powers to those already blessed, such as myself. I could become even more powerful than what I already am. If what I know is right, I think I could also gain the ability to shape change into other kinds of weapons. Not that I don't like to be a sword, but I've always wondered how it would feel to crack a skull as an axe. So basically, you don't need to have a specific weapon proficiency anymore after this. Maybe there's limitations like only certain types of weapons, but if it's sword and an axe, they're both slashing weapons basically with no real difference between them. So maybe it basically just wants you to focus on a single weapon. Which means we're certainly not going to spend any more feats on long swords. We're going to, well, actually we can't do anything. We want the bastard sword back. It'll do more base damage. Yeah, otherwise it's basically identical to the long sword. Who wants to jump into a man-made hole? A very strong wind is coming out of the hole and is going down the hole. Can we use the winds to something? Worker, 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 fighter, fighter, fighter. I'll intercept the fighters.
Let's get
Incense of Laduguer. The incense made in honor of Laduguer were used centuries ago to summon the powers of the abyss. Large bone, dagger. I'll take the incense. Put the bone and dagger here. I don't have the inventory space basically. I have few spaces here and there. I really need a shop at this point. And I know where to find those items where I missed them.
rip it here!
We're looking basically for a key. Can't understand what's written on the pillar. Wonder if the extra lore would help. Out of curiosity, I'll use the lore portion for this. Wait, I'll try something. There was talk about a strong wind coming from the hole, and we have incense, so we do something in combination. I'm not sure if we are basically. Do we have what we need to make progress here, or do I need to? get something else. Blackguard. Summon the powers of Tethys. I'll take another look at the book. What does it say? Right, we'll probably return here later, but currently I don't particularly have a huge amount of ideas how to open those. Actually I do. We found some kind of a device. Gloves of the Long Death +1. Yeah, that hasn't been... This would have not been all that useful even in the first chapter of the game. So why the fuck did I pick it up? Good question, me. Why indeed? This. Magic Unholy Symbol. As soon as its properties are known, the markings on this very powerful charm suddenly changes to make the shape of 3 lightning bolts of 3 different colors coming from a central point. A symbol you know very well as it is the Storm Lord's. Right, it's the Storm Lord's. You suddenly feel your power to summon the forces of destruction increase. Your turn undead ability will be much stronger as long as you carry this charm with you. Yeah, I haven't used that. Have I used it? I think I used it once or twice to test it out and it never worked. Magic Circle against alignment. 1 use per day. Okay. Anything else? I feel like we might be able to get a way to move forward with that somewhere else. Did we get a key? I think we got a key, but it was broken. Where the fuck is it? No, it's not the rusted key or the foreman key. I have a foreman key, seriously. Yeah, maybe time to just throw some of this shit out. Where is the key? No, this is the iron key. Right, you found this key on the Dorgar priest. It was broken during the battle. It was probably meant to open one of the locked doors nearby. It has an F written on it. Um, what exactly am I supposed to do with that? Still, we know we have the key, we would just have to repair it. Do we have the means to repair it? I don't know. Right. Um. Oh. Maybe I'll go pick a fight with the mine players, although this is a terrible idea. At least I'll talk to them. I still think it's a terrible idea. Yeah,
Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
No, I don't recall where the mind player was. It was somewhere there. It's like a spell casting illithid.
What do you want?
Dark Elf Wizard. What do we have here? A surfacer. This spot is attracting all kinds of clients for sure. Well, I guess good customers are where you find them after all. I'm Il-Ikar from Beranzen. I sell things here and there. Who are you? Yeah, he just introduced himself. What's up with the impaled creature there? It's a gentle reminder for customers of what happens when you try to mess with me. There's also many more in that lake, but they are feeding the fish at the present time. The Underdark attracts many good customers, but many fools too. I need to find a way to cross this southern chasm. I'm sorry, but my last flight potion has been sold 2 days ago. I think you will have to find another way. Uh, who are you? I'm Ilka from Beranzen, the Drow city. Never mind. After all, I don't expect a surfacer to be familiar with what a drow is and what is Beranzen. I'm a merchant and that should be enough for you. So, good enough, I suppose. Greater Archer spell. This is almost immunity to archers and rogues. How much is it? 40,000. I'm not giving up boots of speed. Drow large shield. I have a shield of equivalent protection value. I probably am not interesting a new. Well, a new heavy armor might be nice because this has divine resist, which is fine, but that's all this has. It's basically a +2 armor. Otherwise, I do have a +5 protection armlet, but it doesn't change the fact that this isn't particularly good. Only hit contagion though, that's not bad. What does contagion do? I'm pretty sure I have it as a spell too. I might have checked it already at some point, but I've totally forgotten what it does. It's some kind of an attribute negative, I think. But it might not always work. You have to be vulnerable to diseases for it to even have a chance of working on you. You have scrolls. Doesn't look like he has all that many interesting ones. Fairly low level, most of them. Yeah, like 1, 2, and 3. Disappointing. Prices are very steep here. Close. Raw full play. Not worth it. 17,000. It's not even all that expensive. Still not worth it. Yeah, there's nothing particularly interesting here on the armor front. In fact, everything sort of seems not necessarily weak, but certainly nothing to be excited about. Dust of Dispelling. Dexterity +2. Very, very expensive. Everything is incredibly expensive. There's nothing particularly interesting here either. So, I suppose I'm gonna dump some shit that I don't particularly care about, but I do want that allows me to create a little bit more inventory space. Amulet of Natural Armor +1, yeah. I'm buying the Greater Archer spell. It's expensive, but it basically replaced the normal Archer spell. I can't think of many situations where I would really use that. At the same time, I can think of a few. If we're going back to the Yartar, there was Thieves Guilds and likes there, so there's at least a possibility that we'll have to face them. And that sneak attack damage, that can be brutal. We're talking about 7, 8, 9 d6 of damage with every strike, and I'm not immune to that. So being able to get 20 points off of that with every strike, that's a lifesaver. Although strong armor class can also work as a protection. I suppose that would be the typical path we would take. Not sure if there's any point in holding on to the +2 mace anymore. Not sure if there ever was. Map of Harper location. Yeah, I don't particularly want to buy anything from you anymore. Unidentified item. Astruth's Harp. Greater Dispelling. Healing Circle. Mind Block. Greater Dispelling could be useful. It starts to be one of those things that it's hard to ignore. I doubt I'll ever use the Blood Drinker again. Okay, with this... at least have a little bit of breathing room again. Although... there's just too much stuff. Way too much stuff. Now I'd need to store crap that I generally don't really read about. Okay.
Attack!
Much needed relief. And I'm not sure why I thought he was a mind player. I think I didn't Yeah, they sort of have the same shape. They always wear robes, and the color is the same. And the name is sort of weird. It's not a normal name. So I immediately went to Elite,
Attack!
but not an Elite. Do we even have other options than just go to the city? Where's the path forward?
Hold this spot! Don't leave it! Hold this spot! Don't leave it!
Only one target there. Don't want to rush in.
Attack!
The normal gliders don't really bother me, but there could be some kind of special defense leaders, mages, that sort of thing.
Rip you to shreds!
Triders next.
Nothing walks away!
Rider's Nest level 1.
Rip you to shreds! Yeah! Yeah!
Stairs down. Not a large area. This constant webbing actually works well in our favor here. It keeps the backup guys from not charging in crazy positions.
Rip you to shreds!
Right. Spitbelin book. You don't understand a word of what's written here. So be it.
Rip you to shreds!
Huh. Going to find a way to open this. We do have the Rams rings. Quite a lot of them actually. Yeah, I didn't really expect it to work. Sort of diminishes the significance of the rings. Yeah, I have 100 uses for 3 open lock spell, but there really isn't uses for those. Lieutenant Nord. I guess the drow got trapped here. The webbing is so wide, it's hard to see basically anything. Hard to read, hard to get any details. And the fight is over. Jesus fuck, that scared me. Should we release them? I suppose. They might complain about it though. Hurts their pride that a surfacer has to rescue them. Actually, I don't particularly care. How do we get here? We're technically in an area I haven't visited, but at the same time there's the door. I can see the door on the map.
Nothing walks away!
Ooh, that's a lot of triders. There's a Trider Smith there. I need to intercept this group of 3. They'll be okay against that Rider Soldier. I don't know if they're okay against the Well, at least we'll have an anvil here. Combat dummies. Okay, no one dropped anything, nothing to interact with. Right. So it looks like there's a path to lower levels.